Hey guys, Seth Fuller, your favorite lawyer here with a very quick appraisal of the current mask laws. Now this ties current events with legal philosophy, so I think it's pretty interesting. Basically, across the nation and even locally here in Dallas, Texas, lawmakers are enacting mask laws. Now, these mask laws here in Texas, because the governor said you can't enact the mask laws against citizens, they're enacting them against business. The government gives them the thumbs up. Well, there is a general theory that no law can be enforced without confinement or violence. In other words, unless you have jail and violence to get that person in jail, then some people will not follow the law. For instance, a traffic ticket, non-arrestable offense, but if you don't pay a traffic ticket, then they are going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and then you will be jailed. And then if you don't want to be jailed, they will, wrestle you down. And if you resist forcefully, then they'll kill you. So that's an example of a non-arrestable offense being backed by confinement and violence. And so this is the same thing here, okay? So yes, now the police, you're taking it out of the police hands because they don't have to worry about any individual not wearing a mask. Enforcing that, the government says that's not okay. But the legislature, your leaders don't understand the law, so they think it's okay to just make it the store's responsibility and to make it to where stores have to require masks in them. But the question is, what's the practicality of this? Well, when someone goes into a store not wearing a mask, then they are going to force the store to either personally grab them and escort them out, not likely to happen, to ignore them and face a fine, not likely to happen, or most likely to call the police. Now you've turned a non-arrestable offense, because the governor said you can't arrest someone for not wearing a mask, into an arrestable offense. How did you do that? Criminal trespass. When a store asks you to leave and you don't leave, it's now criminal trespass. It's a Class B misdemeanor, and it is not only a finable offense, it is an arrestable offense. So now, here's the crazy part. The people who are proponents of this are the same people there's a lot of overlap with BLM, Black Lives Matter. Now, these people think that the system is racist, but I don't understand how they don't think that the store owners are going to be more likely to call the police on African Americans than white people. And then once the police gets there with an arrestable offense they are going to be more likely to be violent with African Americans or even arrest African Americans. If you think the system is racist, then you have to believe that this policy is going to result in racist actions, and it's just going to inflame things more. Now, I don't understand how your leaders don't know this. Maybe they do. Maybe it's purposeful, or maybe they're just ignorant to the law and they just are following what everybody says, which is if we just make it a law, it will happen. That's not how law works. Laws are backed by arrest, by jail, and by violence if you don't want to go to jail. That is just the plain facts of it. So if you believe a system is inherently racist or unjust, then you should not give that system more power. And when you do, you cannot be surprised when there is a racist effect. Now, again, I hope that everybody complies, that no businesses have any incidents, and that everybody just wears a mask, just like our legislature does, just like our local officials do. However, if they don't, you can't say that you didn't know it was coming. We had Shelley Luther. She didn't comply as a business. She was jailed. The Supreme Court let her out of jail, and she made hundreds of thousands of dollars, and nobody was happy about that except Shelley Luther and her lawyers. Lawyers are smart, and I guarantee you right now there's a lawyer who's working with someone to eventually get hundreds of thousands of dollars by not wearing a mask. Now, that person is very unlikely to be a disenfranchised, poor, black young man who is the most likely, if you believe what BLM is saying, the most likely to end up on the wrong side of this. So I hope we can all take a step back and really think about how these laws and how these orders are going to affect regular citizens and how they will be practically applied. If you feel that something was applied unfairly to you, if you feel like there's an unconstitutional law being applied to you, then contact a lawyer and have them help you. Thank you guys. Have a good day.